Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Innovation in a Changing World with your host, me, Mrs. Inman. All right, today is Lesson 9, and what you need to succeed is your mentor text, a pencil, and a highlighter. So grab those items and let's get started. Our focus today is that I will be able to identify puns, idioms, and adages in a text. I love these things. I love puns and idioms and adages. They're really fun. They're fun to come up with. They're fun to point out in a text, which is what we'll be doing today. Okay, so turn to pages 14 and 15 in your mentor text. We're going to do our first read. This is an opinion text in what is a newspaper, the West Hillbury Herald. It's on the opinion page. So it's kind of like a letter to the editor, except you're just giving your opinion. You're writing an article and giving your opinion. Okay? So circle any difficult or unfamiliar words. Okay? And then also look for the 3 vocabulary words there: scenery, wildlife, and profitability. Here we go. The West Hillbury Herald opinion page. Wind farms? Not in my town, by Juliana Tommy. I'm one of the older citizens Ms. Bain refers to in her recent editorial. I'm opposed to the proposed wind turbine, but not because I'm resistant to new technology. I didn't like that comment, and I'm tired of all of these environmentalists thinking they're smarter than everyone else. From what I can tell, all of this talk about wind power is nothing but a bunch of hot air. Ms. Bain thinks that wind power will help our economy. She forgets that tourism is a big part of that economy. Tourists come from all over for our peaceful scenery. Wind turbines are not only ugly, they also make a lot of noise. A big wind farm would end up scaring all of the tourists away. Bringing one to West Hillbury might save us pennies on energy bills, but it would cost us an arm and a leg in lost business. When it comes to risking our town's bread and butter, I say better safe than sorry. Ms. Bain also thinks that wind turbines are good for the environment because they cut pollution. But what about their impact on wildlife? It is common for birds to be killed by the huge spinning blades of wind turbines. According to the National Audubon Society, between 150,000 and 350,000 birds are killed by wind turbines each year. I can only imagine that with more wind turbines, more innocent birds will be killed. In light of this data, I think that Ms. Bain's claim that wind turbines will help the environment is for the birds. Or should I say, not for the birds. Regarding the issue of profitability, Ms. Bain states that wind farms lower energy costs, but this is not entirely true for areas that are not very windy. If we go through a season that is not very windy, the town might actually lose money. But the wind turbine companies will definitely make their money. Big business owners always put themselves first. So even if the community lost money on a wind farm that couldn't produce enough power, the wind farm companies would still benefit. For all of these reasons, I think that now is not the time for West Hillbury to build a wind farm. Perhaps when the technology becomes safer, smaller, and cheaper, we can reconsider it. Until then, I say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I appreciate Ms. Bain's attempts to improve the community. However, until she comes up with a more practical solution, her ideas are nothing but pie in the sky. All right. And there's a picture. It says, these unsightly turbines ruin a perfectly nice country view. All right, turn to page 14. I think you're still on that, actually. All right, circle that word scenery if you haven't already done so. Scenery is a pleasant view or landscape. Go ahead and write that in your margin. All right, And now if you found it and already circled it, you're good to go. But otherwise, circle the word wildlife. And wildlife are animals that live in the wild, not pets or farm animals. So in this case, our wildlife is birds. Ooh, big word, profitability. So profitability, let's break that down. You got profit, which is to gain or have an advantage. Ability, it means the power to or the act of. So when you put those two together, profitability is the ability to gain money. And it says, it's highlighted there, some text evidence to show profitability and money. They go together. That helps us figure out what the word means. Highlight money, circle profitability, and go ahead and write in your margins. All right, let's talk about puns, idioms, and adages. Oh my! Okay, so a pun. A pun is a funny way of using a word or phrase so that more than one meaning is implied. Our example there is, the tallest building in town is a library. It has thousands of stories. Get it? Tallest building, right? Thousands of stories. So because it's a library, there's lots of stories within the library. And when you have the tallest, there's lots of stories up. Cool, huh? Could be multiple meanings. All right, idioms. A phrase that is not meant to be taken literally. So like, it's raining cats and dogs. Is it really raining cats and dogs? Are there really cats and dogs falling from the sky? No. It just means that it's raining really heavy. There's heavy rain coming down. And adages, a common saying that has some truth to it. So, in this case, better late than never. So, what do you think that means? Better to get there late than never to get there at all. So there's a little truth to that. Okay, here we go. We're going to find some in our reading. So excited. Okay, so I spy on page 14. I want you to highlight the pun. Let's start with that. Highlight the pun. Remember what the pun is, right? All right, what did we find? A bunch of hot air. It's just empty talk referring to the air in wind farms. Okay? I like that one. And then circle the two idioms. You got it? Okay. There they are. Arm and a leg, bread and butter. Wind farms are expensive and the town relies on scenery to attract tourists. So arm and a leg, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. It just means that it is going to be expensive. Have you heard of that one before? And then our town's bread and butter. It means the town is relying on that scenery to attract tourists because when tourists come, they spend money, they visit stores, they visit restaurants. Okay, underline the adage. I see it too. Better safe than sorry. So, better safe than sorry. Better to take your time than do it quickly and regret it later. What she's saying is that think more clearly about it. Maybe it's not time yet. Better to go through that first than spend all the money, build a wind farm, and then live to regret it. Regret doing it. Okay. All right, now it's your turn. So take a look at page 15. I want you to identify the adage, the idiom, and the pun. Okay, circle, highlight, underline, and then explain the meaning of the figurative language and the author's purpose. Remember, those things, adage, idiom, and pun, are figurative language. So explain each one, okay, and what you think the author's purpose was. Why did the author say that in this particular article? You're going to need to pause probably 4 or 5 minutes or more so that you can find this and explain. Go ahead. Welcome back. All right, let's discuss. What did you come up with on page 15? I spy the pun. The pun is for the birds. Or should I say not for the birds? That's the pun. So what that means is it's worthless because it wouldn't be good for the birds. Did you get it? If you didn't, highlight it and then go ahead and write down its meaning. Circle the idiom. Ooh, way down at the bottom, pie in the sky. It is nice to think about, but will never happen. It's kind of like a pipe dream. And then last but not least is your adage. And your adage, I'm going to move myself up here. Your adage is, say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's easier to prevent something from happening than to fix it once it does happen. If you wanted to underline that, if you didn't, but I think you probably did. But if maybe your meaning's a little bit different, you can go ahead and use mine. All right. Awesome job. All right, today our focus was I'm able to identify puns, idiom, and adages in a text. So are you a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1? Go ahead and write that down, and I will see you later.